TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back. This is part 2 of the speaker grill tutorial. In the prior video, I showed you how we imported this blank speaker frame and then how I created this blue part, which is going to become the cutout for our custom grills. So let me show you the next steps here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out a big rectangle here, and we're going to stretch this to be larger than that frame itself. For a frame of reference, just bring it down a bit here. We want that to be just a little bit bigger than the speaker frame. Okay, we're going to slide that over here, D to drop. Let's go ahead and change that to just 1 millimeter. It can be fairly thin at this point. Okay, that's the first part. Now I'm going to take a duplicate of this, bring that over here, and while my snap grid is on point 1, I'm going to hold down Alt and Shift, and I'm going to enlarge this one on the right by a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is on this cutout up here, I'm going to take a duplicate of that, and I'm going to bring that over here. Going to increase it. I'm going to change it to a hole, drop it down in there, and I'm going to lasso select the two of those. We'll do an alignment. We'll click on the rectangle to make it the boss, to keep everything relevant to it. Align the two of those. There we go. Lasso select the two of them and group them. And then I'm going to change that into a hole shape. This will become our cutout for the different patterns that we make. We'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Let's make a simple pattern here, and for this we'll just use a honeycomb pattern. Any pattern you can make yourself, and I'm going to be using Wave Duplication here. So I'm going to bring out a hexagon. And let's Alt-Shift resize this a little bit to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Let's turn that into a hole. Let's bring that down over to the corner of this red rectangle. D to drop. All right, let's zoom in a bit here. Let's make a duplicate of that. I'm going to shift nudge that over using the cursor keys. Now I want to make sure I have enough of a gap that our material's not too thin. There we go. And while that's still selected, I'm going to begin hitting Control D to repeat the pattern in this direction. One more. Okay. Now I'm going to lasso select all of that. I'm going to Shift D select the rectangle. I'm going to click on duplicate again. I'm going to shift nudge these up and to the left a bit. We'll zoom in here to make sure our alignment is precise. There we go. Zoom back out. I'm going to lasso select everything again, Shift D select that red rectangle. I'm going to duplicate and then shift nudge these again. There we go. And without deselecting, I'm going to hit Control D to repeat that pattern. There we go. Now I'm going to select all of that, deselect that frame, and I'm going to deselect the red part here so I have just the hole shapes, the honeycombs, and I'm going to group those together. Now that those are grouped together, I'm going to select both of these. Once I have them selected, I'm going to do a quick alignment. I'm going to do it in all 3 axes. There we go. I'm going to lasso select both of those, so that's the red rectangle and all of the holes. I'm going to click Group, and I'm going to change this to yellow. There we go. There we have our repeating grill pattern. Zoom out here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a duplicate of the grill pattern. I'm going to drag that over here. I'm going to click on our cookie cutter, make a duplicate of that, bring that down. Okay, now the cookie cutter part of it, I'm going to select on that for a moment and I'm going to stretch it up. Let's make it a little thicker. I'm going to lasso select both of those, do an alignment in all three directions. Now you can see this cookie cutter is a little bit larger than this frame here, so we cut off all the edges. I'm going to lasso select the two of those and click on Group. Once it's grouped, we have this part that we will use to put into our blank frame. So let's go ahead and move a copy of this up out of the way. Let's make a duplicate of it. Bring that back. We'll go back to this blank frame back here. We'll select it, make a duplicate of that. We'll drag that down here. All right, I'm going to lasso select the two of those. Let's do an alignment to the frame. That direction, and for this we want it to be at the top. Not going to join them just yet. I'm going to come from underneath, and we can see our grill is still fairly thin. I'm going to zoom into the edge a little bit, and I'm going to hold down the Control key and the Shift key and nudge this a little bit at a time to where it kind of meets up with that. You can see that at the edge there. Okay. Come back to the top. And again, I still have the grill selected. Now, depending upon your aesthetic, you could bring this up and have it below the surface of the frame. Like this, you could join those, and that's a good aesthetic. But you could also bring this up a little bit. We're going to cut this flush with the frame. I'm going to use my work plane tool. I'm going to put that on the top of the frame. There we go. Then I'm going to bring out another hole box. And I'm going to, select that hole box, and I'm going to stretch it across the top of the speaker and the grill and everything. Make sure it covers all of it. There we go. Now if I shift select or lasso select the three of those, let's group those, and we should have a nice flush surface. There you go. That's what it looks like once it's resolved. I can hit D to drop it to the work plane now. And that speaker frame would be ready to export as an STL and send to a slicer for printing. Now, of course, you could make these grills out of any repeating pattern that you'd like. Squares, triangles, honeycombs. Only limited to your imagination. There you go, custom speaker grills. Like, follow, and share, and as always, if you have questions or comments, you know where to drop those. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you on the next one.